I'm Bianca.
And I'm Grant.
And this is the Lake House Project.
On last week's episode of the Lake House Project, we tore out that kitchen roof and got rid of most of the cabinets. But this week, it's time to finish the job. Stay tuned.
Let's get started with day 2. 1, 2, 3. And we're back. Day 2. I think we're going to start with the island, take this out, and then we're going to work on these cabinets back here. Let's get started.
And if you can't get enough of this DIY content, we also have a TikTok and Instagram at Golden Key Design for more real-time updates. Now back to the video.
All right, now with that countertop out and sink, we can see all the innards of the plumbing and get a much better look at it. So this white and black tube were the drains for the sink. I left those P-traps with water in them to block the sewer gases coming in. And then as you can see here, there were 2 twist knobs that I could shut off the water to the hot and cold lines going to the sink. I already shut off this copper line, which was going to the fridge, and I shut off this blue line, which was the filtered tap water line. However, you can kind of see here, there's a line going straight down with a blue knob on it that goes into the floor, underneath the floor, and then comes back up here, and that's the water line for the dishwasher. So unfortunately, I tried to put some WD-40 on it, but that blue knob there will not turn, so I can't shut the water off, and therefore I'm gonna need to probably cut the line and cap it. So I just turned off the entire the whole water for the entire house to make sure that all the water is off. I went downstairs and turned on all the sinks and showers to make sure it was all drained out. So ideally that's now empty and not full of water. I'm probably going to cut it here, and then I have a shark bite cap that I'll slip on, and then hopefully that will cap off that water line and we can completely remove the dishwasher. Hopefully it works. Fingers crossed.
After removing the remaining cabinets surrounding the dishwasher, I sanded down that copper pipe to give me a clean surface and then just slid on the shark bite bit. Quite easy.
All right, now we're gonna go turn on the water and hopefully nothing leaks.
I was happily surprised after turning the water back on that there were no leaks, so we could keep on moving. If you guys are enjoying the video so far, I'd really appreciate it if you could give it a like, as it definitely helps the YouTube algorithm and allows me to reach a bigger audience. And also, if you haven't already, please subscribe. We have new DIY videos every single Saturday, and you'll be able to stay up to date on our progress on this lake house. We got lots more content coming your way, so stay tuned. And don't you just love a good cleaning time lapse? Comment down below. Do you get more satisfaction out of watching others clean or cleaning yourself? Let me know.
Hey everyone, so today is the start of day 3 of the demolition. Got a little bit of a slow start today. I was focusing on the stair design and everything this morning. We're finally getting back to the demo. There's tile here, and then there's cement board, which is in between the tile and then the subfloor. So there's kind of 3 layers. I'm going to be leaving the subfloor, which is just particle board, and tearing out both the tile and the cement board that it's laid on. I originally was thinking I could just get away with using a crowbar and prying at the cement board in big pieces. However, this tile's probably been here for 30 or 40 years, and it's just not that easy. So here I have a hammer drill, which we've used in videos before. Pull this trigger, and it shakes this end very violently, but very small, you can barely tell. But you can see I've already done a little bit of tile here to make sure it was working, and it does, but it's going to be slow. So now looking forward to this. This is a actual big workout. This weighs a good 20 pounds, and you're holding that in front of you, and it's constantly shaking. So it's a workout, and it's probably going to be a little bit slower than I thought, but gotta get to it. So let's get started. Alright, so I've learned that it's a lot easier to take these tiles out in big chunks, but it takes a little bit of patience to do that. So I found the crowbar is best, and you want to go, when you're prying, you want to go in the center of the tile. So like here, and here, and here. If you go on the grout joint, that's just a weak point in the tile, and it's just going to crack on you. So I try and find the biggest tile, which is these 12 by 12s. Put it in the middle there, get as far in as I can, and then very slowly push down. And you just basically are breaking the screws off of the cement board. But you don't want to go too hard, otherwise the tile will break. So you just do that a little bit, then come to another tile, do the same thing. Wiggling it helps a little bit to weaken the screws. Then come over here to this tile. There it goes, I can feel it. So now I got this whole chunk here. It's a lot easier to take this away than each individual tile. And then you just keep repeating the process. It just takes a while.
It honestly took a ton of skill to be able to get these up in large chunks, and this what you see here is the largest chunk of the whole job, and I was super proud of it.
That's how we do it!
After tearing out all of the cement board and tile, you're left with all of these screws that were previously holding down that cement board, and so you have to go with a drill and unscrew each and every screw. There had to be at least 1,000, so it took quite some time, but then it was time to clean up. I then removed this trim work on the perimeter of the kitchen where the transition was between the lowered and upward floor. And in a future video, we're going to be raising that entire lower floor so that it's all one level, but stay tuned, that'll be in an upcoming episode. I then tore out about 4 feet up of drywall from both walls, as we will need access to this for the new electrical and plumbing work. Even though we performed a lot of demo, it just amazes me how much stuff came out of that kitchen. The last part of this demolition was removing these beams up above the kitchen. These are not structural, but mainly here just for running electrical so that they could have a light above the island and the dining table. And while we did kind of want to keep these, we thought it would be best to open this room up and you can see the vaulted ceiling a lot more, as well as for the new staircase, these wouldn't allow for proper headroom, so we had to take them down. But we saved all this lumber and we'll be reusing it elsewhere in the renovation. And in this shot, you can actually see a sneak peek of a future project if you can find it. But after getting both of these beams down, the kitchen demo was complete. And stay tuned next week as we'll be filling in the hole left by the spiral staircase that we took out in a previous episode. So stay tuned. And as always, thanks for watching and happy building. See you next week.